the body becomes the mind of anger. So the anger is no longer the mind that's in the brain, the 5% of your thought that is conscious, but instead the emotion of anger becomes stored as energy in the body mind, in the 95% of your mind that is subconscious. Because it's subconscious, you're not aware that you are doing this. So all of that emotion, which was created originally from thought, becomes stored as energy in the body, stuck in the third center, the solar plexus. Since where you place your attention is where you place your energy. When you wake up in the morning, immediately start putting your attention and energy and all the people you have to see and the places you have to go and the objects you own, the things you have to do in the three-dimensional world, your energy becomes fractured. All of your creative energy is flowing away from you to all the things in the outer world that compete for your attention. Take a glance. It is obvious that most people's attention and energy are directed into the outer material world. And it begs the question, how much energy do you have left in your inner world of thought and feelings to create a new reality? Welcome to this. I want to say, for some reason, my brain always wants to say podcast. It's not a podcast. But of course, I'm sure one day it will reach that dimension. Who knows, maybe very soon. I have a handful of friends that actually really want to do some sort of podcast style talk. And I would love to do one with them. Welcome, friends. Welcome. Friends watching currently, friends watching in the future. Yeah. It's interesting. There's a thought that sort of flows through that, when I look at a lot of the ways, it's kind of a drop out here. I look at a lot of the ways that I find myself make decisions. Maybe it's intuitively navigating certain creative channels or choices or decisions of how I desire to engage myself. Or maybe it's navigating certain dimensions of boundaries or where I'm drawn to energetically, so to speak. I notice that a lot of the way that I actually make decisions, especially when I'm talking about making decisions that really have a deep impact on my energy levels, be it physically, physiologically, metaphysically, I notice that it's me understanding what is sacred to me in my life. Like, it's almost like I look at the allotment of what does it mean to basically honor my energetic boundaries without getting too esoteric. It's like you can associate this with your psyche, how your brain, circulates just energy and receiving energy from the people around you. But long story short, I think what's interesting is just flowing through as we start here is I think for the vast majority, we don't necessarily have an awareness of what it means to treat things in our life with a sacred context. Almost like, what is sacred to you? Whether you're playing guitar or it's the words you speak, or maybe it's playing an instrument, or maybe it's just like the things that you let into your reality. Do you look at these things as like, okay, do I have, as we are, like a sacred context or a sacred bound or sacred awareness of what is sacred to you? And I think what's bizarre, if we almost look very deeply into why one, who's on a different phase of this journey might find themselves disjointed, or maybe they find themselves, struggling to navigate their choices and navigate the waters of making larger decisions in their life. It's like almost they've, on a sort of fundamental level, maybe been removed or never really found what it looks like to see what is sacred to them. And, it's almost like if you just let everyone enter your sphere, you enable every given which person, or, you have all the things that gravitate in your sphere, and you don't understand what it looks like to honor something on a deep level to you, you're not going to understand how to discern that which is dishonoring that sort of sacred boundary, so to speak. And I think it's very important to think about. It's like, if you've never truly identified that or seen that in your life, you've never really honored what is sacred to you. And again, that's a very multi-dimensional word that we have different connotations, but it's synonymous with what is very important to you, what honors your energy, what gives you energy, what gives you life, what gives you inspiration, and what is sacred to you. You know, you can look at this on a deeper level. Like when I play music and I sing vocal pieces, I compose vocal pieces, often more than not, that's very sacred to me. That's something that I treat with an utmost reverence. I do it because it is healing, it's cathartic, it means a lot to me. And you know, it's like, there's a lot of things in our life, I feel like. For me, this YouTube channel, naturally, is an extension of what is sacred to me. Now, I couldn't say that every single dimension, you know, it's like if I'm making a short and I'm sometimes just doing a little flip, or, you know, I'm talking about guitar, it has different connotations and different intentions infused. But when I look at it, it's almost like you as a person need to fundamentally understand what it even looks like in your life to honor that which is sacred to you. And when you do this, it becomes very organic to dispel, for lack of a better word, it's a great word though, anything that is not aligned with what that is, what is sacred to you. Food for thought. That's just some opening thoughts that's been flowing through, because it's been very relevant. Because, you know, I manage my boundaries often. I deal with a lot of human beings in general. You know, whether if I'm going throughout the universe, or if I'm chilling, doing podcasts, or doing live streams and YouTube stuff, or if I'm just managing, you know, the people that I desire to invest in my life. It's like, if a person doesn't necessarily know what it looks like to have a sacred boundary, like, you know, be like, but this is sacred to me. Again, synonymous with maybe very vital. It's very important. It very much gives you life. It's energizing. It's enlivening. If you don't understand what that feels like, it'll be difficult, if not impossible, to employ those sacred boundaries, if you will. Like if someone's basically trying to engage in your sphere, or trying to maybe just, you know, engage or interact, or maybe even impede in your energy, right? It's like, if you don't necessarily know on that deep level what it feels like to be, I'm honoring myself, my boundaries, even beyond this sacred boundary. But that's taking it to a different level, I would say. Just food for thought. It's been in my mind a lot, where it's like, because the essence of it, let's be real here, is when we're talking about boundaries, right? If someone dishonors your boundaries, like if someone walks up to you and, I don't know, gets into your immediate sphere, and you're just like, wow, that person doesn't resonate with me. Psychologically, it's pretty easy to identify that, right? You're just like, wow, that person is, for whatever reason, you know, you're like, you know what, maybe they're just not very coherent or regulated, or they're just not, you know, whatever reason, you're just like, okay, that person, maybe I desire to set a boundary, or maybe you're just unconsciously, you're like, well, let's just do our own thing, on our own energies, be with ourselves. But when we're talking about sacred boundaries, like when we're talking about how can one realize what is sacred to you, you know, on a deep level, I think that's a much more subtle interplay. Like that is, you basically have to understand how subtly people may desire to sort of interact or engage, and maybe even, again, infract on what you in your life find is sacred. Anyways, food for thought. That's just some opening thoughts that I found myself unpackaging, where I'm just like, it's interesting to see it. It's like, if a person in their life truly has never actually, like, really unpackaged what that feels like, then people could dishonor your boundaries, like your sacred boundaries, of being like, you know what, this is sacred to me, this is important to me, this is life-giving, this is vital, this is really like translating into a higher level of existence, without getting very esoteric or one-dimensional about it. It's just like, if you realize that you're allowed to understand what it looks like to develop sacred awareness of what is, like, you know, what, it's the simplest, right? Like if you're a guitar player, personally for me, guitar is a very sacred experience. You know, I don't treat it very lightly, where it's like, I don't treat it like, you know, if someone wants to sort of impede on my creative process, or, I don't know, maybe say, but do this or that with this and that. For me, it's like, it's a thing that I've known for most of my life, that I've connected with and created a very healthy relationship with. And I treat it as sacred. And that can literally be anything. It could be like you're a writer, or you're just, maybe you're a poet, There's many things in life that I think deserve that level of reverence. And if we give it that, I think it's important to also understand that not everyone will understand necessarily how to fully comprehend what we see as sacred in our lives. And only us can really unpackage that and really honor what is sacred in our lives. I don't know if that makes sense. How many goats do I own? I own 0 goats. But hey, brother, in the future, I would love to own at least 2 goats. Let's be real here. Like if we're talking about like billy goats, like goats with the dope ass beards, I'm thinking at least 2. Like what kind of life am I living if I don't have at least 2 goats and a cow, maybe a chicken or 2, but and definitely some llamas. Yeah, if we're getting real, we're getting into the real details of life. I gotta say, we gotta have some llamas in this mix. I don't know when, where, I don't know where they're gonna live. I don't know what kind of llamas we're talking, but yeah, what kind of life are you living if you don't own llamas? And of course, you can never really own a llama, but yeah. Somewhere there's an old hippie woman saying, "Who the F stole my clothes?" Wow. All I can say to that, to wear mask is dog. You're revealing your hand, brother. Like if we were playing poker right now and you were just a dude with a poker face, you just revealed that you have dog shit taste in clothing and style. And I honestly, I'm mourning for you, brother. I'm mourning for you. I feel like you're a guy that's probably rocking Adidas. You got your Adidas. Nothing wrong with Adidas. Like again, we've all been 15 years old. We've all smoked weed into a ganja coma, but you're probably the kind of, motherfucker that's sitting there rocking Adidas unapologetically, and he's never considered rocking anything that has an aesthetic or a tasting style. So honestly, I pray for you, brother. I mean, I don't actually, but like that sucks. That sucks that you have such dog shit taste and style. I gotta say though, I commend you for trying. I commend you for trying to, lay down your stand-up comedy routine. Could use a little bit of work, my bro. It's just like you could definitely hone this stand-up comedy routine. Like if you were to say, I don't know, go deeper and be like, I don't know, have some clever, creative build up until talking about the clothing, or maybe say something that's actually witty and relevant to what was going on in this monologue. Then maybe you'll get some laughs or some snaps in the crowd. But I think if you're coming in with this level of delivery, you're gonna bomb, brother. Everyone's just gonna be like, this guy, get off the stage. I think it's a good balance. So I'm pretty stoked. I actually got myself, for the 3 homies that are here, I got myself a new lav mic. I don't know if any of you guys know anything about lav mics, but these are lav mics. I mean, of course, got some newer lav mics. Pretty like standard, I'd say low tier, but I'm really intrigued to see the way, because I create sound journeys. If you're new to this channel, I teach guitar and I do meditative sound journeys. Very actively, you can kind of hear I have a little bit of a nasally accent right now, because a nasally accent. Because I'm recovering from a cold. Or I don't even know it's a cold. It was like a 24-hour cold, and then I'm just like, got some lingering symptoms. But yeah, anyway. The idea is I got these beautiful new lav mics, right? And I'm experimenting with basically figuring out what is the actual purpose of a lav mic. Like, let's be real here. I'm trying to actually really discern is there an actual purpose to this baby? Honestly, brother, I have no idea to sock I have no idea how to perform that song, I must say. I'm not a cover artist, still not a cover artist. You know, day, I don't even know how many, like, or month 8, being a YouTuber, still not a cover artist, nothing's changed, still an original improv artist, still, you know, doing my own thing. Anyways, can you sing the Dear God by, wait, if you're talking about Dear God by Avenged Sevenfold, that's an amazing song. I think that's what you're talking about. You said ASF, but truthfully, that song, Dear God by Avenged Sevenfold, everything Avenged Sevenfold makes is, man, it's just beautiful. Let us find a better angle for us here, though. I feel like this is a little bit of a weird... Yeah, let's get some greens and kind of... There we go. That's... Fuck yeah. Yeah, this is day 3 of trying to play with didgeridoo. Still not making a massive amount of progress, but those sounds and that. Thank you, dog. I'm happy you're here, brother. Happy you're enjoying the sounds. Honestly, that's the beauty, is like, I'm working on... I feel like once I can incorporate this lav mic, right? Like, even if we could do this for a second here, I take this lav mic. I basically just take this, plug this in. I can pop this into my stream. I'm not sure if this will sound kind of fucked up. I actually am under the impression this is not going to sound very balanced, but we're going to give this a go. Because I just take this beautiful lav mic here, right? It's a little lav mic. I got to probably take a little secondary mic feature. This is the idea, as I'm very new to trying to mic up my sound setup experience, but I feel like this could go very well if I do this right. So as we are, say we take like this. We'll take this little baby, and then we insert the transmitter to try to just increase the quality of sound for you guys. I don't know, this historically doesn't go very well. Thank you for being an antenna. Bless. Appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that deeply. We're all antennas, naturally. You know, as YouTubers, we just broaden our horizon and put ourselves out there because it's our time. That's all I can say. Might sound a little bit strange, but if you know, you know. It's kind of like... Yeah. Okay, let's give this a go. So we're plugged in. Yeah. This looks pretty good. This might sound really bad. So how can we do this? We'll just... take a little mic here. Clip it. Something like this. Okay, that's where that looks good. Actually, we're gonna probably clip this here. Let me know if it's like sounding really fucked. If it just doesn't sound very good. Sometimes structures change during practice. I don't trust that that's I'm gonna have to do some more audio checks to make sure that that's not really jarring to the ears. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out with this lab mic structure. I'm just excited, honestly, overall, to make this like really beautiful, high quality audio experience. Because I hear, like the audio that I hear naturally, is very high quality, as it's in real time. But I would love to deliver the audio quality that's just like refined and sounds basically how I play when I'm, say, in my studio and it's going through an interface, and it's just a very high quality audio experience. That excites me. Like I want to deliver that everywhere I go, where I can like capture the audio experience that's refined here. Then also say I have a mic that I place near a river or near the birds. So it's like you're getting this like full sort of therapeutic kind of ASMR experience. This is what I'm excited to experiment with. I don't know anything about how to actually execute that right now, but we have the equipment, and we have the ability to do this. You can play easy. I thank you, thank you. I imagine it does sound good. I'm just trying to like orient how to make it mastered, like genuinely studio quality. It's gonna take a little bit of time to like calibrate this little lav mic here. Probably after the stream or in between streams, I'll do some more experimenting, but probably not best to do that on the live. I'll look a bit like Heath. Nice. Can't play watch, you'll be all swap and move camera again. Nice. Let him cook. Brother is a certified yapper. Wow. We must be getting the algorithm. We must be getting the algorithm boost that we so aptly love, where it's, you know, the randoms, you guys. We got a couple random, unhinged, let's call them the outlanders. You know, homies that are probably not my target audience, but they're here anyway, so. Hey, but you know, keep on speaking your truth, boy. Say your unhinged nonsense. You know, I'll revoke your comment rights and swiftly send you on your way. It's cool. We don't give a flying fuck. Respectfully, brothers and sisters. We're too busy managing a YouTube channel here. If you're just like, say some unhinged nonsense, I'll ban you and revoke your comment rights like that. That's it. On this channel, I'm trying to actually just orient it towards devoted musicians, free thinkers, philosophers, you know, people that actually like to apply themselves, not random people that say compulsive nonsense. Just a foreword for the homies that are just yapping it up and saying unhinged nonsense. It's like, trust, this is probably not a channel for you. I'm trying to actually build something, a community. It's again, that's revolving around people that like to practice self-awareness, that can think openly and freely, critically, if you will. And if, yeah, you're saying unhinged nonsense in the comments right off the rip, I gotta say, brother, that's not looking very good. You know, go find your AI slop, brain rot nonsense that you so deeply desire. So let's bring you guys closer to the actual microphone here. Oh, the FFP up with a bit of tapping all time. Nice. I love this, bro. We got it. Loud and clear, dog. I hear you, Travis, my dog. You desire to have that comment revoke permanence, brother. You're clearly some, you know, some dude. You're the guy. You're the guy that's here to basically say his compulsive, unhinged nonsense. That's cool, brother. I getcha. You're clearly not a devoted musician. You have nothing. There's nothing here for you, brother. You know, bounce, Travis. Get out of here, my dog. Thank you for sharing your truth, but honestly, bro, you're not my target audience. Here's the door. Click that little X on the top left. It's right there, right? Boom, hit that button, brother. And motherfucker, some people, Travis included, just need to genuinely you gotta get off the phone. Like, this is your cordial message, you know, just for you, dog. If you have time to say some unhinged nonsense and whine and complain about other people's way that they're streaming, that they're managing their YouTube, brother, you got to put down your phone and you got to pick up your guitar and practice. You got to get good, brother. Assuming you even play guitar. Yeah. Yes. And then we got the homie with the ASD, DAS. Clearly, guy's a man of class. Man of class, of course. Oi. I think that's a little more refined, the sound here. Hey, what's good? Welcome, my guy. Yeah, I was kind of just not paying much attention to the comment section, but it looked like we'd accumulated some random, very suspicious characters, you know, just random trolls that were there to just say some outlandish nonsense. It is what it is. Like, I'm not here to truthfully pass judgment, but it just, like, I don't know, it makes it easy for me to filter out who's obviously not my target audience. So I'll just send the homies on their way, you know, give them a light roast and then just revoke their common rights. It's c'est la vie. Appreciate you. Appreciate you listening. We're just kind of warming up, getting our flow warmed up here. Probably just do a short stream here, just, sending some good energy out to the YouTube sphere, out to our regular audience. Yeah. Something in the orange. I have no idea how to perform that. Around here, trying to sort of attempt some of these. I was, yesterday. Actually, yeah, it was yesterday. And also the day before, I've been experimenting a lot with one-handed tapping, sort of like using Alexander Misko style stuff where I'm using one finger to sort of apply a bass riff and then trying to also basically use my free fingers to do a melodic riff on the single hand while creating a percussive blend on this hand and then blending it all together, which kind of is a mind fuck. I'll be honest, it's not a strength of mine. I'm fairly new to trying to do that exact dynamic. My brain's a bit sleep deprived today, so I can't say if I can pull it off perfectly, but experimenting with that there. Hey, my man, how are you? Don't know if you remember. Cresso. Yo, this is a Yamaha. Yeah, Yamaha, brother. Yamaha. Yes. I appreciate you being here. What guitar is that? Cresso. What is good? Remember, I'm the guy who asked for advice about a card game promo video song. Word. Yes, I remember. Yeah, you're asking about doing a theme that was dedicated to the seasons. If I'm not mistaken, that was you or someone else was asking about how to do like a theme, a guitar theme that, I was using different seasons as sort of an inspiration. Could be an Ibanez. I have an Ibanez, but this is just a Yamaha. Yeah, it's a Yamaha with Elixir strings and a tonal amp. Yeah, I'm using a tonal amp and a Black Star Fly. think this awkward sitting angle is kind of not doing me justice for this spot. I'm going with an Ibanez. Word, that's awesome, brother. Yamaha, yes. Why, thank you. Why, thank you. I'll be honest, I'm kind of sleep deprived, kind of botching a lot of what I'm trying to play, but that's kind of fun of it, is when you're just practicing every day and you develop like a really powerful rooting to your guitar playing. Like for me, I've been a YouTuber for about 8 months now, and I basically play guitar like 4 hours at least a day, sometimes 4, sometimes 5. So even if I'm like sleep deprived, I'm kind of just like not even conscious of what I'm doing. The guitar styling, the technique that I've developed flows through, where it's like, I can just like even just probably close my eyes. Not bad, kind of sloppy, but that's like hitting those harmonics with my eyes closed. I don't know. I don't think that's, it's not something I think I could do a few years back. Yeah, I'm really trying to focus that style of playing where it's like Marcin does it very successfully. John Om does it very beautifully. But Alexander Misko, he's kind of the core influence. It's like he does this thing where he's like playing a lot of his... He released an album called Final Boss, where he does a song where it's like... He's doing some sort of bass riff with like one finger, and then his other fingers are kind of like doing a melodic... I don't know how exactly he does it, but he's basically isolating this hand, so it's doing the full function of the bass riff and of course the melodic riff. I don't know. And then he's using this hand to just do a full-on, percussive. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of botching it, but the idea is I'm trying to just take a page from that style of playing, where I'm just kind of trying to playfully explore. Sort of. Yeah, not it. Don't push yourself down. Don't say sloppy. And gift with a talent. Music guitar playing is sloppy. Word. I'm worshiping at my church. Fair. I appreciate the encouragement, brother. Guitar needs a cigarette after that. Well said. I suppose that's just like, yeah. That's what a lot of the comments on the Alexander Misko videos are. It's going great. That will be me. Hey, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, appreciate you listening and asking that question, brother. The Cresso. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's again, I'm trying to... If you were here the other day, what I'm trying to execute, it's pretty basic. It's like this hand does its own little thing. If I kind of just maybe slow it down. I don't know, yeah, it's my sleep-deprived brain is not getting it down, but it is what it is. But I appreciate the support and the encouragement. I'm sure it sounds great, but it's like the picture I see in my head of what I'm trying to achieve is a little, yeah, it's a little bit intricate. I'll just play whatever. Ah, yes. Perfectionism. Shout out perfectionism. Shout out conquering perfectionism. Perfection is an illusion. I swear that's part of what I love so much about the pan flute is, for me, the pan flute, it very actively brings me back to a place of really honoring the simplistic. You know, it's like I could focus all these beautiful, intricate sort of techniques or play around just guitar stuff, basic guitar stuff. And I feel like, for whatever reason, just playing the pan flute, it brings me back to just appreciating the simplistic. You know, it's like every little sound is so beautiful and so pure and simple. Very nice. Don't put yourself down. Yeah. Beautiful. I agree. Yeah, that's beautiful perspective, guys. Beautiful perspective. And I appreciate, yeah, the sincere compliment, you know, naturally about my guitar playing. And absolutely, like, as one guitarist to another, I mean, I'm a classic example of a perfectionist. And strangely enough, I'm very good at, uh, I've been good at conquering perfectionism. But of course, it's still there. I think in everything I do, it's like I have to almost always invite the ability to take a step back and just appreciate the simplistic, you know, appreciate. And I feel like the most immediate way that I can do that, in all honesty, is reflecting that back from other people's journeys. Like, I think that's part of why I really love encouraging other musicians, you know, creating content or just like yeah, encouraging other guitarists who are at any level just to dive in, just to like, if I can help offer some perspective, it's always like it gives me a bit of peace and solace to be like, you know what, like I can appreciate the level that this person's at. I can appreciate what the level that they're showing up is at. It's like if if they rock a chord or if they're doing something, I genuinely on the deepest level I can appreciate and be like, wow, like the fact that they've picked up a guitar today, like that this stranger, this friend, or whoever is on this quest is like, I can really appreciate, other people's expression musically, very universally. That's just something I find I really love to see. It's like if a person just plays a basic chord, I'm always just like, yeah, that's dope as fuck. It's truly, I just, classic perfectionist sort of thing is like, I'm very, historically, very critical on myself. Like, it's like, I know the standard of what I desire to achieve in guitar, and I love achieving that standard. But of course, it's always beautiful to sort of take a step back and always put things in perspective. So it's nice. Like when people offer a sincere compliment about like, oh, they like this guitar styling or, this element. It's a beautiful reflection because I agree. It's like, it's so healthy to take a step out of my own lens, my own perfectionist lens, and kind of be like, you know what? Yes, like here's maybe for a person that's just experiencing this technique or this melodic statement for the first time ever, they get to see that from a fresh lens, which I can then vicariously experience. And then I think in turn it allows me to appreciate what I play myself even more so. Where I'm like, word, you know what? That is so perfect and beautiful for what it is, even if it isn't perfect, even if it's like sloppy or missing the mark or whatever, level of application as it shows up. It's nice to gain perspective. The off note works well. Word, the off note. Very nice. Yeah, very nice. One of the first instruments. Yes, sir. Phenomenal. Yeah, that's what's so fun about the pan flute, I feel. My sinuses are kind of clogged, kind of getting over a cold. But yeah, the pan flute, it's like it incorporates these notes that are beyond the standard notes. Like that's the thing is that it can actually it basically is doing key shifts that are also frequency bending it's like pitching or bending the pitch and the frequency from say like 440 hertz to 432 hertz. It slightly is doing little variations. That's almost like you're doing key shifts, but instead of shifting an entire key, from like say you're actually doing a key shift, but you're also shifting the frequency ever so slightly. I don't know if that makes sense, but pan flute has a very unique quality for that. Do I love God? I love source and yeah, divine energy, absolutely. As this channel, I like to make it very abundantly clear that as much as I support people expressing themselves openly and unapologetically and, promoting a beautiful spiritual context, this channel does not advocate political and religious ideology. That is, I don't invite people to just openly, preach and talk about things that have a sort of larger construct that don't really fit the dynamic of a stream. This is a music stream. I talk about music. We can talk about things that relate to creative expression that connect to maybe what is expressing you or what is inspiring in your life. But I tend to not desire to include things like political ideologies or religious ideologies, just for a rule of thumb. It's a boundary that I set. But of course, I love the spiritual divine context as a whole. I feel myself very enamored continuously as my life unravels to feel a deep gratitude for a higher source consciousness. I wouldn't say we'll define it as God. That's a very loaded convention. A lot of people don't really, they have it's a convention. People don't necessarily understand the entirety of what that word means. It'll mean something different from you to me. So, yeah. Yeah, c'est la vie. Those are the breaks. Yo, what's good, Alexander? Hey, what's good? I know I am. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I hope you're having a great day as well. Yeah, I'm feeling great. Honestly, like I've been kind of underlining, I'm getting over a sort of weird 24-hour cold that's been lingering. Like it's weird. I got sick, right? Full on had like a cold like symptoms. Went away in 24 hours, and then I had like a sinuses that are clogged, but every other symptom just disappeared. I don't know if it's my immune system. It's at an all-time high. I've been doing cold plunges every single day, and I have a very healthy physiological body, so it could be that weird component where it's like the symptoms are kind of just disappearing, but I don't know, I'm just kind of sick, but not really sick. You can kind of hear it. Usually my voice is a little less nasally, but overall, we're fucking good, bro. You know, life is like so beautiful, honestly. Musically, feeling inspired. There's lots of love in my life, lots of beautiful things to be grateful for. You know, I'm in the nature, I'm in the forest, in this beautiful nature bed. Gonna go to the beach a little bit later. So yeah, lots to be grateful for, truthfully. Insane amounts of things to be grateful for. It does make sense. Legendary. That's where we'll go. Yeah, I keep botching this one-handed thing, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Yeah, facts. Yeah, keep playing your music if you don't mind. Yeah, of course. We are here, brother, to improvise and just keep playing this sound. But I must say, what time are we at? We're at 54 minutes. We're a bit limited for time because we're actually gonna go to the beach in the next probably like 40 minutes. So we'll see how this plays out. We're just kind of just popping into. I'm here worrying about which ETF to buy, getting angry, and this smears my office windows. And bro's just in the force summoning nature spirit. Wow. That's profound, brother. I'll be perfectly honest, that's part of what I love about YouTube. I love YouTube as a whole, but like this is what's fun about YouTube streaming and being a streamer, or, you know, if you chime into streamers, it's all about perspective. Like, you know, some days I'm just chilling here and it's like raining out and I just did a cold plunge and I'm sitting here, you know, like just playing some sort of instrumental sound journey. And then there's like people from like Russia or India in other sides of the world. It's a different time zone, or, you know, they're going through this or that. There's just like so much perspective from all the different people all around the world in all these different phases of their life, all just somehow gathering at this portal at random. Like that just trips me out. That's what, like, half the time I don't even know. I'm gonna pop on a stream at any given day. I could pop in at like 8 in the morning or 1 o'clock at night, and I have no idea what's gonna flow through. You know, I could be talking about metaphysical philosophy 1 minute, then I could be sharing my perspective about guitar or talking about this or that, or I could just be playing. Just any sort of riff. And I have no idea who it's connecting to or who it's inspiring, if it is. which is super dope. Like, what a beautiful, beautiful way to utilize this technology. Like, it's like, I speak of this very openly as part of my quest to being a YouTuber has been birthed from my desire to empower and inspire myself, but of course extending that intention with my phone. Like, isn't it an extraordinary parallel? Like, even when you look at it objectively, like, I myself, for many years, I've been very like very disheartened by the nature of how we are addicted to our phones. Like, we go through our phones, we go through social media, and we're almost like unconsciously, or we are very unconsciously programmed. Like, we don't realize that this very technology that we are utilizing, for whatever reason, maybe it's like we're unconsciously programming ourselves, or we're um, we're looping through dopaminergic patterning that is not serving us. Where on the other side, there is a way to use this exact same device that's right in front of you in a way to empower people, to enrich in other people's lives and live in your own life. Like, basically, you can root a healthy intention within how you engage in this device. And a huge part of that for me has been being a YouTuber, like literally being like, word, I want to bring this community portal, bring this guitar experience, bring this, that, and all these other intentions, and infuse it into a YouTube channel. So now I have this capability that now this interaction, this relationship with my phone isn't just about unconsciously scrolling through a social media paradigm. It becomes about something deeper, something richer. My ability to maybe have a dialogue with people around the world about critical thinking or metaphysical philosophy or how to learn the guitar or whatever flows through. It's like that is a core part of what I feel is really important for myself, but extending into those that maybe desire to do that themselves one day. Like, you're like, what? How can we use this device that is by default programming us to be more disconnected from each other than ever? How can we use the same device to actually empower and inspire each other, to have meaningful conversations, to actually like plant seeds of inspiration creatively and do these things that penetrate the programming? Because once you penetrate the programming, like, that's the thing I want to make abundantly clear, is once you see through the programming, you're like, what, there's a better reality, there's a better application of this very same device. The programming dissolves. Like, once you see through the programming, you're just like, you know what, maybe there's a better application of being just unconsciously addicted to this phone. You start to see through it. You realize, maybe there's something more than what I'm just experiencing right here. These mosquitoes. So I don't know. It's all, I try to embody that, or I try to just like be like, yeah, like, there's something on the other side of the door. Like, there's another door that you can walk through if you desire to. And it only makes sense for me. Music is the bridger of worlds. Like, music is the rooting. It's the foundational essence of how I've achieved anything in my life. Like, truthfully, the way I approach being a YouTuber is identical to the way that I've approached learning guitar. And I've been learning guitar since I was like about 9-10 years old. And it's like, there's foundational disciplines and practices and values that you learn from learning the guitar. And a lot of it has to do with learning how to see visions and apply yourself to achieve said visions via delayed gratification. It's basically like the essence of like a lot of these things that I see myself circulate and gravitate around is all basically delayed gratification in motion. Yeah. Alien files, conscious is key. Yeah, it goes deep, but like in the simplest way, yeah, and the funny thing is, like, without getting too off topic, but it is on topic, when you're trying to create shifts in the public sphere or the YouTube sphere, the YouTube wilderness, part of it is you also have to be present with those that are still locked in the programming. Not saying like locked in, like everyone, we all have our different levels of, consciousness or feeling like aware and present with ourselves and our programming. But, sometimes basically what I'm saying is there's trolls that pop on. Sometimes when I'm juggling thousands of people flowing through, there'll be trolls. There'll be like the 2-3% of people that will basically just say some outlandish, unhinged nonsense. Like they're operating from a compulsive narrative. Like if you think about it, they're hopping on this stream or any other stream, and they say like the first thing that comes to mind, and often it's very unhinged. They don't know why they're saying it. They're just saying it for the sake of, I don't know, garnering attention, or they just don't know why they're saying what they're saying. That is actually the same, that's addressing the same very programming that I'm trying to penetrate. Is like people, when you become unconscious, when you're compulsively scrolling through social media, you become addicted to social media, to your phones. What the thing is doing is you're basically suppressing the actual level of presence and the actual level of intentionality that you desire to infuse in your life. And when you suppress that, compulsion is the product. So when people are like flowing through, they're saying the first thing that comes to mind that could be like hate speech or egregious, nonsense. You can be certain that these are people that are compulsively programmed. They're locked in the programming. And that's kind of the weird paradox is I'm trying to welcome people, with maybe just my embodiment or with my intention on my channel to penetrate the programming. I'm trying to let them see through that, oh, there's another reality that is deeper, that has to penetrate the programming of what you're experiencing presently, relating to your phone, relating to obviously everything related to your brain, but particularly relating to your phone. It's like, is there a reality of how you can experience your phone, social media, and all these constructs of technology that is empowering, that's enlivening, that is penetrating through the programming? Yes, there is. And unfortunately, on the opposite extreme, there are people that are so compulsively locked in their unconscious programming that when they show up, as they do, they operate from a place of compulsivity, compulsivity. They're basically popping on and saying some, outlandish, they're trolls, basically. People that are trolling, and not even like good trolls, just people that are spouting out things that don't make any sense. It's incoherent. And I'm saying is the weird thing is it's a full spectrum. Is these are people that also are examples of how deeply compulsively and unconsciously programmed our society is. Like without a shadow of a doubt. So basically what I'm saying is they play a very pivotal role in this stream as well. Like when a person comes in and says some nonsense and I revoke their comment rights, that person is beautifully displaying what the extreme looks like when a person is heavily addicted to their phone and to the compulsive, I would say, unconscious behavioral patterns that are acting out in real time, basically showing us in real time, here's a person that is being manipulated by the programming. But this is also valuable for us all. It's valuable for me. It's valuable for you to be like, you know what? But isn't there something beyond this? Social media is reinforcing this kind of unconscious narrative. Like it is. It's reinforcing a sense of isolation, a sense of being divided and separation from each other. It's reinforcing basically being disconnected from each other just by default. And I think personally, what I try to invite in this channel is in a level of authentic presence within myself, but also the people that I invite in this channel to penetrate through that conditioning, to be like, wait a second, you can in fact be present with your relationship with your phone. Whether if you want to be a social media creator, a YouTuber yourself, or maybe one day you just want to develop a more conscious presence with your phone. That is life-changing shit. Like truly, I've been on this quest for like 7-8 years. Actually in this exact forest, I was on a bunch of mushrooms and I was chilling over by that tree. I can't really see the tree very well, but I basically was on a bunch of mushrooms and I had this deep epiphany. This is right around the time of COVID, where I realized, I was like, you know what? I think I want to be a YouTuber. Like, I was like, I think I want to develop my ability to communicate my truth while being experienced on this thing, which is, my camera or being in front of an audience. Anyways, food for thought. I'm going to return back to the music. But the reality is, yeah, it's really, I feel like it's a deep quest that I'm on to try to help people successfully penetrate the programming. Even if it's just like, hey, let's talk about some metaphysical philosophy. Like, hey guys, do you know what the quantum is? or do you know what's the greater construct of how we manifest reality is? Like, without getting too esoteric in the greater construct is a lot of how I operate, a lot of how I've seen myself succeed in life, like in various rights, has a lot more to do with understanding metaphysical philosophy and metaphysics. Like if you're really paying attention in modern 2026, like if you're seeing some of the groundbreaking like breakthroughs that's occurring right now in modern metaphysics, things like what Joe Dispenza is doing. He's basically, what he's doing is, to summarize this very simply, he's taking modern neuroscience, factual neuroscience, and he's bridging worlds with this to metaphysical philosophy, ancient metaphysics, things like all these beautiful things that people like Terence McKenna speak of, that people like Alan Watts speak about, people like various philosophers, and people also, various speakers, and even people like the Law of One, like literature, like the Law of One. They all talk about the very same thing. It's metaphysics, right? It's understanding that what is beyond this material world. There's a construct of how we as human beings have the capability to basically create an infinite reality by understanding that this world around us is formless. It's not as fixed and one-dimensional as you might think. Like you think, do you think this reality is actually like fixed? Do you think it's it has form, it's not malleable, it's not fluid and multidimensional? If you think that, unfortunately, you're falling into the narrative that a lot of us collectively are confirming to each other, that this world is just the material world. But that's, as metaphysics underline, the material world is 0.0000001% repeated. It's mosquitoes. That's the material world. Like that's the sensory experience that we all experience, that we confirm is our reality. The thing that your phone is having you addicted to, the thing that your neurological experience is confirming, the thing that your physiological body is experiencing in your sensory realm, that's the material world. That is the 0.0000% one, or 0.001% repeated. That is the material world. The 99.999% repeated, that is the non-material. And that non-material, that 99%, is actually the greater construct of how things are actually being influenced by. It's what manifests everything in the greater construct. And the simplest right, it's the known versus the unknown. Like we're talking about the unknown, the unwritten, the non-materialized, that which is beyond the material world, beyond the form, beyond the fixed perceptions of what we think is. There is something that we can in fact begin to align ourselves with, that actually influences the greater construct of how things are operating. Anyways, that's I've talked about that a lot yesterday, but long story short, we have more power and autonomy than we could ever imagine. This world is not fixed. It's formless in the very nature of it. And when you understand that, it makes sense. It makes really sense, where if you believe you can envision anything, like if you believe that you can accomplish something, or if you believe that you are your negative thoughts or you are your positive thoughts, the reality is, yes, you are both. Like the second that you believe it is or it is not so it is. Everything is infinite. Like the idea that every given possibility of who you are, every version of yourself where you did one thing versus another thing, it all exists the second that you believe it is so. Like every ambition, every vision that you can believe is possible versus every vision that you believe is not possible, it is so. It's all infinite. You live in, like, that's the quantum theory, is everything and every single infinite possibilities is existing all at once. And this has been proven. This has actually been proven by science, by the fact that we're made up of quantum particles. It's been studied that we are in this construct. Like the infinite realities of every possibility of who we are in our thoughts, who other people are in our thoughts. It's all happening synonymously. It's all happening all at once. So the simplest right is the moment that you decide, okay, this is who I desire to become, this is what I desire to manifest into reality, then it becomes. It's all because we are the conduit. We are directing our energy. We direct our energy to something, and then energy flows into where we are directing this. So it's just metaphysics 101. It's like, we can in fact live our most abundant reality. We can look at the negative traits of ourself or the people around us and believe it is so, believe that's the world as it is, or we can direct our energy to something that is beyond that. Both realities exist always. It's always been this way. It's always going to be that way. Yeah. Yeah. Magic. Hey, thank you, Jay. Thank you for the sentiment. That is a gem. We got one gem. Beautiful. And we got the executive decision dropped by GTA or whatever his name was, stretched out. Again, the dude is literally a perfect example of what I'm just articulating a moment ago. Some people are so compulsively locked in, like without getting, too playful and just roasting the homie from a degree of his life or to a degree of his life. Some people are so compulsively brainwashed. All they see is operating out of compulsivity. That's what the dude literally just like said some random hate speech. He's just like, blah, blah, blah. Just that was what, like, think about it. That was the first thing that the homie's like, we're going to pop on a stream and we're just going to say the first thing that comes to mind. And the first thing that came to this dude's mind was literally just trying to, I guess, poke fun or make fun of, like, say some hate speech, basically makes fun of someone's sexual orientation. It has nothing to do with me. Like, there's nothing to do with me, but that's what we're dealing with, is like people that are locked in compulsive narratives. They don't know why they're saying what they're saying. They're just so manipulated, so brainwashed by the programming that's in front of them that they just hop onto a stream and say literally nonsense with the awareness they're probably going to be kicked. Like, that's what the homie's literally investing his time in. He's pop onto a YouTube stream, taking his actual time out of his day to literally say some compulsive nonsense. Like, that's unconscious programming happening and raveling in front of our eyes in real time. Like, what a specimen. Anyways, I find it amusing. Like, I'm fortunate that the core mission of my channel is fortunate to attract a lot of people that are kindred spirits. Like, this channel is literally, like, I'd say strong 96%, maybe 97, 8% of this channel is people that are just like, guitarists, I don't know, free thinkers in my age bracket, people from all around the world that are just here to maybe just listen to music or nature. And then you have the 1 or 2% that is just like, they're on some other unhinged nonsense, compulsive narrative. And they too are contributing to this, like, in a healthy way. They're showing that this is what we don't want to be. This is a person that has been successfully manipulated by the programming. They're compulsive. They're acting out their compulsive narrative. And that sucks. That sucks. It's not a fun way to live. I can say that with the utmost confidence. Man, though, with that, on a different note, I'm extremely excited to get these babies working effectively. Like, honestly, I feel like the sound quality, it's probably pretty good, right? I can say confidently the sound quality is decent, but man, we want to get like crisp, like ASMR level sound quality. And it's going to happen. Whether I have to return these mics and spend another couple $100 and buy even better mics, we're going to create super dope sound quality. This is a certainty. I don't know how, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Like, we're just going to breach the whole new level of sound. Can I play guitar? No, I cannot play guitar, brother. I don't go by the Bible, by the way. Hey, man, no, honestly, like, in all honesty, religious ideology or not, like, whatever gives you truth, whatever translates into you being a better man, if it gives you happiness, it gives you spiritual serenity, I'm all for it. It's not for me. I don't subscribe to any particular religious ideology. I like Buddhism. I like Taoism. I really resonate with those practices. But I honor anybody that can become a better person from finding truth, whether that's in religious ideology, scriptures, or not. I think that the core essence of it is, does it actually translate into you being a better human being? Like, does it? If it does, phenomenal. If it doesn't, you should be critically questioning every given dimension of why that is. That's all I'll say. I'm not here to pass judgment about like, oh, but this is right or this is wrong, or but I do, again, I don't advocate people having like religious discussions and preaching, uh religious scriptures. That's not what I intend for this channel. So I create boundaries. I'm like, no talking about religious ideologies or no political ideologies. But in the real world, I wouldn't sit there and be like, hey, don't talk about this or that. I probably wouldn't be very interested in all honesty, but I would definitely not. I advocate people expressing their truth. Even if it's a different truth, I'm very much open to people just sharing, expressing, and unapologetically owning their truth, whatever that is. So if you find clarity and some sort of, clarity and peace within these scriptures, beautiful, like phenomenal. You're doing it right, brother. Yeah, true. What was that? Hey, how do you have that guitar effect in my phone? Do you have a powerful speaker with you? Yo, I'm glad you asked. Yeah, I'm about to pack up because I got to head back, but toned amp. Yeah, I'm using a toned amp and also Black Star Fly. Tiny speaker, extraordinary speaker, probably one of the best portable battery speakers. It's actually not even battery, it's chargeable. It's a rechargeable Black Star Fly. This is like $200. And then this is also like $200. This is like a toned amp. It's a preamp, so it's not an actual amp. So I'm basically in the middle of a forest. I have no batteries. I'm just playing. Actually, this is battery operated, but the new model doesn't have battery operated. But yeah, dog, I could go in the middle of a beach, in the middle of a forest, and spend all day long, and it's all amplified. Sounds like very studio quality. Sweet. All right, we'll probably take a moment here and just do a bit of meditation, and then we're gonna carry on, exit the forest, and continue on our path. Man, though, I'm looking forward to my sinuses not being clogged. Truthfully, it's one of those things that breathing through the nose is something I value a lot. So to not be able to do it for a few days really sucks. But it's going to make me appreciate being able to breathe through my nose all the more. Especially because I've been learning circular breathing for my didgeridoo. So it'll be fun to be able to breathe through my nose again fully. Those of you watching, I hope you let yourself honor your somatic experience. Let yourself feel into your felt experience, the way your nervous system is processing your reality, and letting yourself see through a lens of clarity. I'm trying to find my tuning fork. I don't know where I went. But yeah, beautiful reminder. It's something I reflect on a lot. It's something I feel very grateful to have, is a relationship with my body and my somatic body that really sees and feels into a different reality. And I feel like, the product of society that is constantly just hyperstimulated and has a very compromised nervous system is very egregious. Like a lot of I would say, the negative domains that a lot of us are experiencing in society is literally just the product of a somatic nervous system that is not fully awakened, that is not fully enlivened, that is not fully regulated, if you will. And truthfully, the way to access this is a conscious endeavor. You know, whether you choose to do cold plunges, I've been doing cold plunges every day for about 15 days. And I've done 40-day successions, 30-day successions. Whether you sit with meditative practice or you desire to do things like qigong or freeform dance, there's so many ways to activate the somatic nervous system. And it is the key. It is the key to all the doors. Like, your relationship with your body is so pivotal to so many different aspects of how you can experience the deeper, I'd say, realms that are influenced from your body. That is your neurological body, your energetic body, your psychological body, of course. Just everything's is infused. It's all intertwined. And your somatic body, your vessel, your physiological body, these are all such powerful, powerful realms that we can tap into every single day. You know, it's literally a few conscious choices away is going to translate into living an entirely different somatic experience. So if there's anything I can advocate, if you were to take away anything from this video, is let yourself seek that, hopefully. Let yourself honor that. Honor what you're feeling in your somatic body and your felt experience. You know, whether that's just taking taking a moment to just pause and root yourself in your breath, or, taking a moment to just honor your somatic body through your movement, or, desire to be like, you know what, let's do some cold plunges, or go for a sprint, or do something that is circulating energy in a very beautiful way. It is really like life is truly something that we experience in a very different way, depending on how we are showing up for ourselves and how we're nourishing our body. Food for thought. Food for thought. And of course, we're in very exciting times. Make no mistake, we are in a very, very unique, exciting time. I mean, it's not even that complex. Like, a lot of us, you look around, and if you're really paying attention, you'll see that there are extraordinary, massive shifts occurring. Things that are going to change the very nature of humanity, unfortunately, in the next 4 or 5 years. And in all honesty, the way to be on the empowered, I would say, side of these shifts is to learn to honor your body, to honor what it means to be human. Like, in a time where we are actually evidently rapidly losing what it means to be human. Like, we are phasing out of the very dimension of humanity that we've always known. Like, it's changing rapidly. We don't really have a choice in the matter. This is just we're phasing out of the stage of what humanity's been for the last 100, 200 years. And I don't know, it's exciting times, in truth. It's exciting because it is going to open a very interesting realm of possibilities. It's going to awaken the desire to be even more rooted in what it means to be human. That is, those that have a conscious relationship with their body, with their energy, with their psyche, all these things and more. They are going to be the ones that are going to be leaders of this movement, so to speak. That is, what is going to be unraveling in front of us, where we are having our humanity challenged and tested and very much, I would say, even manipulated. It's going to be very interesting times. We're in a very exciting shift. And I say that, with a very literal sense. We're talking about, of course, how things are relevantly unraveling and the things that we can predict. But there's a lot of things that we actually cannot predict. Like, let's be real here, is a lot of what I'm trying to underline has nothing to do with my own awareness. It has nothing to do with oh yeah, I'm predicting XYZ, or what people at large and the larger constructs of the world are predicting out of fear. It's just, no, there's a lot of unknown variables that are going to unravel in the next 4 or 5 years, related to technology, related to spiritual evolution, related to humanity and the choices we make at large. And honestly, it's a good time. It's a good time to be alive. It's an exciting time to be alive, but it's also a good time to be very conscious of our intention and just to live. It's a good time to really just live. Live in a way that is aligned with what you desire to be living. And I've seen this more and more, and it's only going to get more and more evident, I feel. as these next few years unravel. Personally, for me, I'm very happy. I'm very happy with the visions I see of myself in this world. But yeah. Yes, sir. Is there specific meditation? I like this. It's a different breath of fresh air. Hey, thank you, Sean. I suppose it is. Again, I don't know anything else, but I just know my reality. I don't consume YouTube. I'm just kind of in my own thing. You know, I'm pretty new to YouTube. I'm just doing my YouTube thing. But as we are, yeah. Did you ever experience ibogaine? I have not experienced ibogaine, but I deeply respect that medicine. I really appreciate it and respect it. Maybe one day I'll get to experience ibogaine. Maybe not. I don't know. Like as all our plant allies go, you know, I'm a fan of a few very particular forms of tryptamines and fungi, you know, and I really advocate sitting with plant medicines and our plant allies. But as it goes, I also am at deep surrender with the process. I don't desire to ever force the process of aligning myself with any sort of medicine. I just listen to whatever is aligning with my path. But yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate your perspective. DJ Mike, if you have USB-C. Nice. Okay. So true, it hurts in a good way. Fair enough. No, thank you for sharing that, Sean Clapper. Sea Lion or Neti Pot. I should probably just do that. I should probably just get a Neti Pot. I have one and just cleanse my sinuses. I don't know. I just go and, I'll be honest, I'm just waiting it out. I'm in a place where I'm just letting my sinuses do their thing, getting lots of rest, going and getting lots of ocean seawater. I'm just plunging into the ocean a lot. I don't know. My immune system is pretty strong, but as it is, yeah. Sickness comes in waves. One sec. Let's just prop this up here. It's honestly, as far as being sick goes, I feel great. Like, all symptoms are pretty much gone. It's just, for whatever reason, my sinuses are just lingering, or my sinus blockages. It is what it is. It's called the real world. You're already sitting in it. It's just another experience. Interesting. Just another experience. Ankle, maybe. Yeah. But in truth, like, if I'm being super transparent, yes, the real world, like, I'm a full-grown adult. You know, I live in various different communities. I live, you know, in society. I live in a community, of course, many communities. But what I'm talking about, what I'm referring to, is what the world's going to become in the next, like, 5-10 years. There's a lot of bizarre predictions. There's a lot of fear-mongering, this, that. But to be perfectly honest, I think we can't even actually really understand what's going to unpackage in the next 5-10 years. Like, there's something really bizarre about to unravel. Personally, I'm excited. As a guy that's directly en route to be a YouTuber, digital nomad, I feel like I'm in a very good position to just live my life in a very healthy and equanimous way, no matter what the circumstances, no matter how bizarre the society gets. But I think what we're seeing is actually, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, this is just, again, me sort of predicating and riffing off of what other people have openly said. We're looking at a society collapse. Like, let's be real here. We're looking at a level of societal collapse that's going to occur unless we actually intervene in the next 5-10 years. Like, it's going to happen. So, you know, are you ready for that? Like, are we ready for that on a larger scale? Like, to have modern jobs phased out, to have a societal collapse rapidly occur on a massive global level. Like, I don't know. It's like, I can't predict the future. These are just predictions, even related to other people fear-mongering and writing books about all the ways that things are going to unravel. But no one actually knows what's going to happen in the next 5-10 years. But I think it's a sobering reminder for all of us to be like, okay, if society were to collapse, you know, in the next 5-10 years, not to fear-monger myself, how ready would we be to adapt? Like, how active are the actions that we're taking in our life? Like, how present are we being to actually be a part of restructuring the new society. Societal. Like, that's kind of the core mechanism that I'm trying to sort of pull as a thread, is like, how ready are we as the common individual actually ready to help restore a new society? Like, if society collapses, if we go into some massive shift that changes the very fabric of how we experience our general essence of being a human being, how equipped are many of us to actually help restore that? And maybe a lot of us are equipped in some sense. Maybe it's like innately we as human beings are in fact reaching out for this. We are desiring a new restructuring of how we as members of the society can live in a new empowered way. But all I'm saying is, it's no matter what the outcome, no matter what the actuality of how things are unraveling, we as individuals just need to be present. We need to live our lives unapologetically and be aware of the weight of our choices and our actions. And it's going to get more and more prevalent in the next 5-10 years. I think it's exciting. I think intuitively I've been kind of preparing myself for this for many years, but yeah, what an exciting time to be alive. Full circle. I like this. Brush the fresh air. Oh, wait. Yes. I love the fact that NASA left low Earth orbit again. NASA left low Earth orbit again. Wow, the mountains here. Yes, a big change of topic, yet relevant to our metaphysics. Huge heat wave catastrophe this summer due to the El Super Nino. 14 BTU air-conditioned dehumidifier. Interesting. So there's a massive climate shift. Ocean water is same as saline. That's why I'm glad I'm a part of Gen X generation. Okay. I mean, yeah. I'd say, no matter what generation you are a part of in truth, I'm a millennial, technically. It's very important to understand that all of us, the older generation, my generation, the younger generation, we all have very, very important roles. We all have different levels of presence, different levels of influence, different roles that we all can play. Now, that's not mutually exclusive to the generation we're in. We can all play those roles with integrity, with an open heart, and with presence. We can also fail to do so. It's not mutually exclusive at all. So the generation we're from honestly doesn't matter. Yes, it matters to be a conscious, present human being. It matters to be a conscious, integral human being. Whatever age, phase of existence you're at, if you're a younger generation, I empathize for you. I always have. I empathize looking at my own programming of being a 31-year-old man and being like, wow, I can't even imagine the depth of the programming that our younger generation is literally being indoctrined into. I say this with an open heart, of course. I say this with confidence in and faith in our younger generation, but I know how much I'd say tenacity and I'd say radical presence it has taken just to get to a phase of existence that is empowered, that's enlivened, that sees through the programming. And I don't know, our younger generation, it's hard to say how equipped they are, truthfully. So we all play roles, doesn't matter what generation, you'll figure it out, you'll play your role, you'll learn how to guide and, empower and hopefully, help lead our younger generations, or not. That's the thing, is we will fall short. A lot of people, we act like we don't have the ability to actually influence and help each other and actually, live with presence and actually understand that, we as individuals can in fact help shift other people's reality. Doesn't matter what age group you're in. But hey, I predict Toronto will become a Lamborghini driving guru in 5 years. I don't know, brother. I'm not really a Lamborghini type of guy. I'm more of a nice helicopter, maybe high-tier Yamaha motorcycle kind of guy. Not really all for Lambos. But helicopters, yes. Lamborghinis, no. Motorcycles, yes. Lamborghinis, no. Maybe a nice boat, I don't know. In truth, I don't know. It's kind of weird because I'm a guy who's never really liked driving. I know how to drive, I'm pretty good at driving, but I don't like to often traverse the streets in a car. Motorcycles, that's another story. They're fun as fuck, but I'm not really one to drive. And it's kind of exciting to think that we are actually in a phasing in of automated vehicles where we don't have to actually drive vehicles. If you have enough money and you buy freaking self-driving Tesla or whatever is your choice of model, you can never have to drive. And that's an exciting time, I'll be honest. I've always, since I was young, I was always like, fuck driving. Like, I like cars, I love transportation, but I don't like the actual process of driving. I've always been to one to be like, yeah, if I can drive as little as humanly possible, I'm gonna do that. But the fact that I can actually phase in self-driving cars, that is dope as fuck. And think about it, you know, I would rather actually have a helicopter over over driving a car. It kind of seems absurd when people tell me, and I tell people that, I'm like, yeah, one of my goals, that's when I have a really nice helicopter and just forget the concept of driving altogether. It's a very up there dream, but I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen without a shadow of a doubt. You know, I'm gonna set my sights on having a helicopter. That's how it is. And so be it. Helicopter shall be. Yeah, it's a good time. My son is a good electrician. Dude, yeah, electric motorcycles, those are the bee's knees, I must say, objectively. I'm a big fan of electric bikes, electric motorcycles, hybrid motorcycles, electric, gas, hybrids. I love all those babies. Like, in truth, I'm also a very honest advocate of how dangerous motorcycles are. Truthfully, I've been very open, is I want to, in the next, like, probably 7 months, start to travel like Thailand and Japan and Australia, do the traveling YouTuber thing. But I have zero desire to drive a motorcycle or, you know, most transportation around these foreign countries. I truthfully would rather pay extra money to do a ride share or, like, you know, use Uber or something, or I don't know, just use a good e-bike, than invest in like a vehicle and have to like navigate and traverse those crazy roads on like a motorcycle in, like, you know, places around the world. That just does not seem like a good idea. But I don't know, I'll figure that out. You'll be so rich, Elmo will be your driver. Yeah, Elmo helicopter. That sounds a little bit far-fetched, my guy, but you know what? Anything's possible. Again, I say these things with a sort of playful open-heartedness, but also with a level of like authority, or I'm like, yeah, it's not that far-fetched to think I'm just gonna have a helicopter one day, like, over having a car. Like, it's probably like I'm gonna have a helicopter before I'm gonna own like an expensive supercar. Like, that's without a shadow of a doubt. It's like, that's just how my priorities are set. Like, fuck no, I don't want to own a Lamborghini or some sort of like crazy supercar, but yes, I'm gonna have a helicopter. It's just that's where my mind wants to set its sights on. It just makes sense. It's the same reason I'm like, yeah, let's play an Ibanez guitar, or let's get a pan flute. It's like, because why not? You know, life is short. This life is very short, and we can do anything we want in this world, so why not just own a helicopter? Yeah. What time is it? 12:58. Perfect. Pay all the money, the car I'm at. Yeah. But I need a vehicle for work. Yeah. That's valid. Well, apparently, not to throw a negative spin on this, but apparently all work that's going to require vehicles is going to be phased out in the next 4 or 5 years. That's a prediction, though, from the sort of doomsayer, like AI technician, what's his name, Roman Polanski. I don't know how his name's pronounced. Very interesting fellow, very smart guy, but he literally predicates that in the next like 5-6 years. He predicts that in 99% of jobs are going to be cycled out. But he's saying that, yeah, jobs requiring vehicles, which apparently are the massive, like that's the mass majority of jobs are vehicles that are vehicle related jobs. Those are going to be cycled out in the next 4 or 5 years, which I find bizarre. Kind of don't even know how to process that, but that's that might be the case. You know, self-driving cars are already on the rise. It's kind of weird to think, but yeah, flying cars are a reality. They're not a mainstream thing, but flying cars are real. You can purchase them if you have enough money. Yeah, what a time. Holy shit. See, hour 41. This is a low ohm. Probably can't really hear this. It's just like a very weird sound. But it's like a felt. It's a tuning fork that you can feel. Because, you know, you may see I carry it on tuning fork all the time and I strike it. And I kind of bring it thing. But this is actually a tuning fork that you can't really hear, but you can feel it. Which are, truthfully, also just as beneficial. Not something I put a lot of emphasis on, but yeah, these felt really low tuning forks have a very powerful role. Yeah, vibrations. Yes, yes, exactly. 174 for pain and inflammation. It's a powerful parallel. Well, phenomenal. I think we're probably going to put a wrap. I'm going to wrap it up. That's a wrap, as they say in film, for this stream here. I know it's been kind of a random amalgamation, but yes, yes. Interesting mixture. You know, I found, as per usual, it's like in this last couple days, we've noticed that the algorithm has introduced an interesting wave of, you know, some new viewers acclimating to this channel, and gotta say, gotta love it. Gotta love new viewers. You know, presents some challenges here and there, but it's like, always feel fortunate to be blessed by the algorithm. Even just to set waves. Because, you know, I think it's interesting how, wow, what a great picture. Didgeridoo. But yeah, you gotta take the good with the bad. And you gotta take the unhinged trolls in the small percentages with the larger construct of the YouTube wilderness. It's all beautiful, I must say. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to figuring out how exactly to use this lav mic in its fullest degree and really just work on focusing on creating these beautiful sound journeys and just recording more music and stuff, but with higher quality audio. Like that, honestly, I like the audio that this Google Pixel phone holds, but I really am excited to see how I can introduce an even higher quality of audio, especially for the styles of content that I'm leaning into. So I'm excited for that, yeah. Yeah, with that, I think we're going to put a close to the stream. Yeah, thank you so much for chiming in. My voice still feels very nasally, but yeah, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate the support, and yeah, make sure to, well, not make sure to, but if this content resonates with you, feel free to follow this channel. Yeah, I teach guitar and I do meditative sound journeys. Peace, be well. Thank you for being here, Dave. Appreciate you guys. I appreciate you, Sean. Appreciate you, Tenacity. Deeply. And that's good stuff, honestly. Good things to think about. Like, again, the greater essence of what this stream, I feel I really enjoy continuously addressing sort of the core importance of letting oneself just, you know, connect to that core intention of how one can truly empower the relationship with their phone. Like, that's like such a powerful message that I think is very relevant for all of us. You know, whether you want to be a creator or not, or whether you just want to, you know, maybe optimize your relationship with your phone or social media, all the sort of patterning that interweaves. It's just beautiful things to shed or introduce awareness onto. But anyways, Thank you so much for being here. Remember to honor yourself and honor each other. Much love. Bless.